The 16th Annual Women Conference of the Women and Girls Organization of the Diocese of Lagos Mainland commenced on Thursday, 28 July 2022, with a Holy Communion service. The service featured hymnal renditions, Bible readings, and the Holy Communion proper. The Bishop of the Diocese of Lagos Mainland, Right Reverend Akinpelu Johnson, preached on the theme of the conference, Let There Be Light, taken from Genesis chapter 1, verse 3. The service also featured the rendition of the diocesan anthem and ended with the Budrawa hymn.
Good evening, ma. Please let us meet you, ma.
Good evening. My name is Mrs. Kemi Awe from St. Jude's Odiolowo Archdeaconry.
Okay, ma. What are your expectations from this year's women's conference?
From this year's Women's Conference, we are expecting God to move in a new direction. We are expecting that we'll get a lot of lectures that will actually show us how to be a better woman and how to let our light actually shine forth among the world, in the world, with what is going on in the world. Our expectation is we will be the light, and our life will be changed after this program.
I'm Mrs. Ebere Levi Okere from St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Igbobi, Yaba Archdeaconry. My expectations from this year's Women's Conference is that after this year's Women's Conference, the light of God will shine in my life, and in every area, every aspect of my life, the light of God will continue to shine.
My name is Venerable Chidi Ukachuku.
How do you feel as your Archdeaconry is hosting this year's women's conference?
Well, I feel greatly honored, and I consider it a rare privilege for which I'm very, very grateful to God for, and appreciative of my Lord Bishop for that opportunity to serve as the host Archdeacon of the Women's Conference year 2022, the conference with the theme, Let There Be Light. I'm very honored to serve in this capacity.
Thank you, sir. What are your expectations from this year's women's conference?
Well, from this year's Women's Conference, one is that it's been themed the conference of Let There Be Light. I expect that after this conference, the light of Jesus will shine everywhere around the diocese of Lagos Mainland and beyond. There will be the light of Christ amongst the congregation, the light of Jesus amongst the clergy, the life of Jesus Christ, particularly within the women and girls organizations of the Diocese of Lagos Mainland. And again, God told us that it will be a conference of thanksgiving. That after the conference, when the light shines, then we will have reasons to glorify God and thank Him for His goodness and mercies.
You spoke on the theme of the conference, Let There Be Light. With the current situation of Nigeria, how do Christians show forth their light in the midst of darkness?
Look at it. You've made a massive jump from the theme to what Christians should do. Well, basically, Jesus describes us as the light of the world, even as He is the true light. And so it means that walking in the steps of Christ, we should do everything that we know that He will want us to do, basically. And that wherever we are, that we should show that we are Christians. Remembering from Acts of the Apostles that the name Christian was given to those who had or were following a Christ-like life. And because of that, people said these ones were Christians, for they were followers of Christ. So as followers of Christ, it means that we live in conformity to His will. And in light of what goes on in Nigeria, of course, that is very difficult and challenging, because we've lost a lot of the values that we have or that we've had before. We've lost a lot of values. And people feel that we need now to cut corners in order to make it. Many things are being done in order to make it. And this involves everybody, whether Christian, Muslim, even traditionalists. So there are many atrocities that are going on in the country. Kidnapping, for instance, one of it, might not necessarily be, although we call it a tribal thing, but I am sure that many people have seen it as a veritable business and participate in it. Now, these people, I want to believe that some of them will be Christians. So in that case, there are so many areas in which we can bring our Christianity to bear. That is a faith and practice. The problem with Nigeria is that our faith is so strong, whether Christian, whether Muslim, whether it is traditionalist. But there's very little practice. There's very little that translates into practice. And that is why our country is like this. Many countries that don't pray as much as we do is better. I have seen it's better than what is in Nigeria. So I wouldn't say let's do less praying. What I would say is that let's do more of practice. You know, even as we do praying, let us do more of practice. Then it will be easier for God to help us.
I'm Femi Fatile.
As the chaplain of this year's Women's Conference, what are your expectations from the conference?
The expectation is that, number one, we trust that all those who have been assigned to come and give talk, they will give a good exposition on the topic, and they're hoping that the topic will bring fresh hope and encouragement to all the participants, because looking around us in Nigeria today, we know that things are very hard, things are dark, and we can say that situations around us suggest that we are in the dark. Hoping that as the word of the Lord comes to people at this conference, fresh enlightenment, refreshment from above will come into their hearts, and everybody will leave this place with a renewed hope and all the encouragement that the Lord is in charge and is in control.